Hi guys, so we're going to go through a full body mobility warm-up. I have Helena with me. Today's class is going to involve a fair bit of position in butterfly. So you might find if you can't keep upright, use a yoga block to sit on top of, okay? So to begin with, we're going to start with CARS in a kneeling position. You can either sit back on your toes or you can come to a tall kneeling, whichever you prefer. And we're going to begin with the neck. So hands by your sides. Make a fist, take a deep breath in, feel tension throughout the body, tuck the chin towards the chest, rotate to the left, then side bend and extend back, drawing a circle behind your head, rotating around, back to center. Then the other direction, so rotate to the right, side bend and extend back, back to center. One more rep in each direction, rotate to the left, side bend, try to get a bit more range as you extend back, and back to center, and one more in the other direction. Good. Next, Thoracic CARS, so cross your arms, and then from there you're going to flex the spine as much as you can, rotate to the left, side bend, and extend back. Rotate around, keeping the hips on top of the knees, keep everything tight. Then the other direction, rotate to the right, side bend, and extend back. Think about segmenting every part of the spine as you rotate around. One more in each direction, rotate, side bend, and extend back. And to the right, rotate, side bend, and extend back. Next, we're going to do hip CARS in a quadruple position. So Elena's going to get onto all fours. She's going to have shoulders above her hands and her hips above her knees. The same movement applies. So with her right knee, she's going to lift it out in front into hip flexion. So she brings the knee forwards, then the knee comes out to the side. Keeping the knee high, she's going to internally rotate this way, and then send that knee back to extension and down. And then she's going to reverse that movement. So lift the knee up, behind, out to the side, and rotate to bring it back out to the front, back to starting point. Good. One more rep. Knee in, out to the side, internally rotate, take that knee behind, and then drop it down, and reverse. Knee up, out to the side, rotate, bring the knee out to the front, and then back down. Good. If I can just get you to turn around for me so that you're facing this way, and we're going to do 2 reps on this side now. So knee in, out to the side, internally rotate, take that knee behind, and then back down, and reverse. Knee up, out to the side, rotate, bring the knee back out in front, and down. This time for a bit more tension throughout the rest of the body, keep tight, knee out to the side, internally rotate, take that knee back, and then down, and reverse. Knee back, out to the side, and rotate to bring it back out in front. Next, we're going to go into positional isometrics in a butterfly position. So Helena's going to set herself up into a butterfly position. From here, she's going to find a passive stretch in the butterfly. So she's going to take her arms and she's going to put them on the inside of her knees. Alright, either the arms like this, or you can also place the arms in this position, whatever's most comfortable. And she's just going to push those knees down with the arms until she finds a mild stretch in her adductor region. Once she's found that, she's going to go into a PAILS contraction, which is going to be to try and close these knees together. But the arms here are working as blocks. So we're going to build that up gradually to our safest and greatest effort, hold for 15 seconds, and then go into a PAILS contraction, which is going to be to try and actively pull these knees down towards the floor without using her arms. So she's going to think about squeezing the regressive tissues behind her hips in order to help that happen. So, take a deep breath in, pack that down, feel tension throughout the rest of the body, with 20% effort, start to push those knees together as if you're trying to close them. Now build it up to 40. Try and hit every number in between. 60, 80. Now your safest and greatest efforts, and we're going to hold for 15 seconds. Helen is focusing really hard to keep everything tight throughout the rest of her body. She's squeezing those knees together as hard as possible for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now without relaxing, she's going to actively pull those knees down towards the floor. Everything else stays tight to her body, her back, her arms. And she's trying to squeeze the rear tissues of the hips in order to help pull those knees down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. So we're going to take a 30-second rest, and then we're going to do one more set. Now during this second set, really think as you're pushing those knees together to think about squeezing more with the adductor region of your hips as you create that PAILS contraction, and then with the PAILS contraction, think as much as you can to use the outside tissues of those hips as well to help spread those knees as far apart as possible. Okay? Ready for your second set? Good. So find the passive stretch again. Remember, we just want a mild stretch here, so nothing too deep. Once you've found that stretch, take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, start to radiate, so build tension throughout the rest of the body. And with 20% effort, start to close the knees. Build up to 40. 60. 80. Now your safest and greatest efforts, and we go for 15 seconds. We're going to get everything tight right now. She's giving her safest and greatest effort to try and really close those knees together, squeezing the adductors. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And straight into your rails contraction. Try to pull those knees down towards the floor. Squeeze the outside tissues of the hips. Keep the whole body tight. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly relax. For our next exercise, we're going to do spinal rotations and butterfly. So Ellen is going to cross her arms by the side. Alternatively, if you want to make this harder, you can have the arms extended out to the side and above your heads. We're going to do 5 reps in each direction, trying to get as much range through as you can. Alright? So take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, irradiate, and keep a tall chest, start to rotate towards my side, so towards the left. Just rotating through the spine, and then once you've hit the end range, change direction towards the right. And switch. Left. That's it. Maintain that tall spine, and switch to the right. Switch to the left. Switch to the right. While keeping those knees pushed down, stay tall. Switch, 2 more reps. And switch to the right. And 1 more in each position. Rotate to the left. And rotate to the right. That's it. For our next exercise in butterfly, Helen is going to do scapular CARS in a wide position. So she's going to have her arms out in front at a 45-degree angle, slightly in front as well. And we're going to do 30 seconds, working in one direction, and then switch directions for the last 30 seconds. So set yourself up, take a deep breath in, send that head down and build tension throughout the rest of the body, and start to work in one direction through your scapular CARS. Good. In this position, Helen is also thinking about keeping those knees pushed down as much as possible to maintain as strict as possible, a nice butterfly position. Lift those arms up a bit higher into that wide, that's it. Good, keep it going. And switch directions. That's the arms a little higher, keep the arms straight. And she's also thinking about trying to carve out as much range in each position before she moves to the next. 15 more seconds. Keep those arms up. Try to keep extension through the back. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. The next exercise, we're going to do shoulder CARS rotations unilaterally. So for this, you have the option of where you place your non-working hands. You can either have it piled onto your foot as you do your CARS, or if you want to make it a little bit more intense, take away the supporting hand, place it in front, out to the side, or even above your head. So, set yourself up. We're going to do 30 seconds, one arm, and then 30 seconds to the other one. Okay? Take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, build tension throughout the rest of the body, and with the left arm, take it out in front, and begin your 30 seconds. This time, we want to create more tension throughout the body. Think about creating max effort. Keep that arm as tense as possible as you go through your CARS. Try not to let any other part of the body compensate. And reverse. So keep the knees pushing down. Try to stay as tall as possible with the spine. Looking forwards. The rest of the body is kept tight. And switch sides. Try to squeeze out as much rotation as you take that arm back. Try not to let the upper torso twist to the side too much as you take the arm back to knee down. Keep it tall, keep those knees pushed down. So keep everything as tight as possible. Make sure that you're still breathing. And rest it. For the last exercise, we're going to do swimmers in a butterfly position as well. So for this, you're going to have your hands behind your head, resting. And the first part is to lift the hands off. So you're going to retract the shoulder blades, squeeze the shoulder blades again, taking the elbows back, hands off. Then you extend. Internally rotate as much as possible, taking the arms back and behind to this angle, and then you flex the elbow, taking the hands up behind the back as much as possible before setting up. And then to reverse, you lift off, hands off, extend, rotate, bring the arms up, and then flex the elbows to bring the hands back behind the head. So we're going to do 1 minute continuous of swimmers. So, hands behind your head, take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, build tension throughout the body, and retract the shoulder blades, lift off, extend, internally rotate, arms down, flex the elbows, hands as high behind the back as possible, and set. Lift off, extend, rotate to lift the arms up, flex the elbows, and set. Lift off, extend, internally rotate, arms down, flex the elbows, and set. Lift off, extend. extend, rotate, arms up, flex the elbows, and set. Lift off, extend, internally rotate, arms down, flex, set. Lift off, extend, rotate and lift the arms up, flex the elbows, and set. 15 more seconds. Lift off, extend, internally rotate, arms down, flex, set. And we'll just reverse it. Arms off, extend, rotate, up, flex, and set. That's it.